Bloody another one, look. Your guess is as good as mine with this one.
Very detailed picture of life in Haithabu.
I am interested in the Vikings, like I said. First impressions. What another lovely door. New t-shirt, new day. Welcome to Rendsburg. Welcome to the world's most over-the-top bridge. Wow, that is huge. Look at this for bloody timing. That's exactly why I'm here. It said online, if you catch a boat, I should probably show you this whilst I'm talking, because this is the highlight of this morning. It said make sure you catch a boat going underneath that bridge. That's what everyone comes here for. Look at it. Either brilliant, eh? How cool is that? Not as cool as these benches though. Let me show you these, and another example of how ahead Germany are. These benches are bloody Wi-Fi. It's got the password on it, 88888, and solar. You love that, don't you? I would love to be into something like that, you know, like boats or trains. You obviously know him, you've seen him before. I don't know if he's doing it to be funny or if that's actually him legit. Either way, it's all good. The guy who loves the trains, he has the GoPro like here, facing it. It's like imagine being that enthusiastic about something. I'm not even enthusiastic about about travelling like that. And this is my life, imagine it. Imagine being that enthusiastic. That'd be brilliant. Waking up every day like, let's go and find a train, or let's go and find a ship, or let's go and find a cool bridge with... I can only imagine, I dread to think how much that steelwork costs. This is my last day in Germany, can you believe it? I don't want to talk about that. But it is my last day in Germany. I have loved it here. This is a hidden gem of a trip, Germany. You never hear of anyone saying, "Oh, I'm going to Germany. Oh, I'm going there. I'm going to bloody Hamburg," or wherever. Like, you never hear of that, do you? Why? I genuinely don't know. Bloody another one, look. They're obviously friends, they're obviously allies, aren't they? We know that. But there's no bridge going from Denmark to Norway, for example. No bridge. Going from Finland, the dog world now, we're talking tapeworm treatment. Before you head into Norway, you need to get your tapeworm, right? That's between 5 days and 1 day before you enter. They do check, and apparently they're super strict with that, and rightly so. It's their world, if you like, so it's up to them how they manage that. But if you're coming from Finland into Norway, you don't need a tapeworm treatment for the hound dog. Touching back on the questioning, why does that happen? Why this, why that, why whatever? Why? Is Finland cleaner? Is Denmark, you know, do they believe it's not as clean in Denmark? Or Sweden, actually? You all know what Sweden looks like, and if you don't, in a day or two, you bloody will. This doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, I don't know the ins and outs. Like, don't quote me on any. Everything I've said is true. Like, but I don't know the political stance on it all. And it could be for a very good reason as well, but I just don't know it. I'm just thinking, well, I'm just having a bloody walk, basically, and I'm just having a think. Is that all right? Saying that, I am impressed with this bridge. This is unbelievable. I don't know what year it got here. I'm sure it says on the sign over there, but I don't really care too much. I just appreciate the bloody engineering marvel that's above me right now. That can only mean one thing. Welcome to a Viking museum. Oh, what have we got? A bloody mouse just ran past, or a mole, as we're saying. What have we got planned today then? Wow, funny you should ask. Like I said, I'm leaving Germany today and I'm going to Denmark. Oh, let's have a little deeper look, shall we? Here's all the points of interest. So that church is just there. That's something to do with what's going on around here, but I can't read it, as you can see. So this says here, the colony of the Vikings, Haithabu, or whatever, destroyed at the end of 8th century. It was the most important trading town in the age of the Vikings. After the destruction, of this place, Hathibibu, presumably in the year 1066, a lot happened that year, didn't it? The city of Schleswig was founded in the northern strand of the Schlei. It would help if I could read. Our investigations ran dry. I honestly have no idea. I could just quickly Google search it, but the point is, you come out here, you find your own story. Me, personally, I don't really mind what this was all about, what it was used for and whatnot, you know. So I'm just grateful to be here, enjoying the buildings. And them bricks, well, probably not them ones, because the, what's it called, the mortar or whatever's new. But they've been there since I started telling this story. Your guess is as good as mine with this one. There is a little cross thing here, look. Well, there is a cross here. I'm trying to work out, right, if they're chuffed with the Viking thing, with that bit of history. Because think about who the Vikings were. Think about what they actually done. Why are they encouraging that? That's like in, what's it say up there, 6th century, so that's the year 500 and something. They were doing that, so what, how many years ago was that? 1,500. But then it said 1066, didn't it? I don't know. I can't work it out. I can't be bothered to work it out either. But that weren't a billion, quazillion years ago. And if all these shrines are dedicated to the memory of the Vikings, what can we expect in 2,000 years from now? A shrine for someone's name rhyme with Flimmy Snavel? Is that what we're going to do, is it? We're forgetting what the Vikings done. That being said, it is a good programme, like, it really is. I don't know why. I think it's because I pretend it wasn't true, but history states it bloody was. Or even someone called Flyra Flimpfly, or Hon Flenables. You don't praise them people, do you? So it's a little bit, I'm trying to work it out. I'll keep you updated. It's not a bad place, is it really? So far, and reasonably priced as well. This was 12 quid, or euros, sorry. If I say quid, I mean euros when I'm in Europe, unless I specifically say. But 12 euros for this isn't too bad at all.
But there were also successful merchants among the dreaded seafaring warriors. The trading centre Haithabu developed into one of their most important ports. A very detailed picture of life in Haithabu. Between 2005 and 2008, a section of the settlement was reconstructed on the original site opposite the museum.
That's what they believe the little towns are like in its heyday. Fragment of what? None of it is in English, none of it. It doesn't matter, it's only wood, isn't it? But I will say, I'll touch on what that video was just on about in a minute, because I had to stop because the copyright thing. Jesus, I didn't know if they were real or not. I was like, who is that? Here's all the links, look, all the way to Kiev as well. This is better. Is that a bloody mannequin or is that someone on a boat? I'll touch more on that in a minute, the brand new bit. That's the El Original, obviously. Right, the video. What was it talking about? Again, I couldn't record it because every time I do I get a copyright claim thing. And every time it was cool on the video, music kicked in. But what did it say? This place is called Habubu, I think that's what they said. I've took a picture, you've seen it before, whatever it's called, legitimately. The reason it's here is because it was the big old network for trade back in the day. Trade was glass. They used to make glass little balls and marbles and stuff like that. That's what it looked like on the screen. Going back to the screen, obviously there was actors in there, weren't they? They've gone all out, made proper boats, made everything. There's a little village with the huts and they're all like, you know, they're actors, you know, showing you Viking world. They had wooden swords. You don't make a Viking boat for a video and skimp on the sword. Wooden. I was like, oh mate, it looked real, it looked legit as well, apart from the wooden swords. So this is where they would have docked from, or whatever you want to call it, came from. It is cool. There was no mention of brutality though in that video, I must say that. Does it happen, or is this something we believe? I don't know. The reason I said I don't think it's real, or was questioning it, you've seen the state of the boat, didn't you? Wood. And they're like, they have the audacity to say, yeah, they found wooden cups, wooden horns. The ones you see in the movie, in the films, like. The bone ones were for the wealthy, the upper class, it said in the video. And us povos had wooden cups to drink from. But they're like, yeah, we found them. No, you ain't, mate. Not if the boat is in that much of a in distress like that. You have not found a wooden mug, mate. You haven't. You've seen the boat. Do you know? Obviously they have, but that doesn't make sense to me. Does that? I hope that makes sense to you before you think I'm some sort of wrong 'un. Can you hear that crying? Some little boy has just whacked his little sister around the head. Anyway, as I was saying, in them Viking horns, it's believed they're all... Oh bloody, I thought I was locked in then. Thank heavens for that. The purpose of that is a myth that they were all boozy woozy kind of thing, getting on it like Sonic. That's a myth, that is said, because they done that. They added a little bit of alcohol to the water, so the water would keep in the boat. Because these went away for a while, didn't they? You know, coming over to England, robbing my birthright. Kieran's life matters. I'll tell you something else they get up to, because I am interested in the Vikings, like I said, just because they're so brutal. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Scandinavia, you've seen them. You know, you've seen people chanting when we play in Sweden, for example. Like the football people go, "Yosh, but your birds are fit, yosh," right? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because they stole them. Literally stole them. You didn't know that, did you? That's why Scandinavia is like 8.8 and above. I feel like a bloody bogey walking around here. If you're wondering what I'm doing now, I'm walking down to the Viking village. Rumour has it, and this is again what it said on the video, there's a full-time boat maker here. I'm talking old school, the way they done it, to show the people. Where did you learn that, mate? Who taught you that? That's rogue, isn't it? But that's not my biggest concern. My biggest concern is, imagine if this guy, because he's obviously a normal dude, we might in fact even see him in a minute. You never know. When people ask him, what do you do? Like, you know, he's meeting some new people. What do you do? Oh, you know, I work in Spa, or I'm an engineer, or, you know, I grow veg for the community. I'm a farmer, you know, typical things. I make Viking boats. Bearing in mind, place people ask that sort of stuff is either on a date or in the bar, isn't it? Neither of which are going to believe you. None of them. Neither of them. Who is going to believe? Yeah, I make Viking boats. Yeah, alright mate. Do you? You carve pyramid stones as well, do you? How do you explain that? I think I found him. Look at this. This is cool.
Ja, aber ganz ehrlich, wir drin als die Schildwerkstatt ist in der Stadt, hier können wir Dinge kaufen, die das für
230 for that. I'm going to have to show you this boat. Jesus Christ. They are as well. They're going all out. And it does smell of ash. So they do light that fire. How cool is this? Honestly. How cool is this place? They're going all out. They're all in character. Another thing. I need to touch on another thing as well. But I will show you this first. This is awesome. House number 5, the Hall. Built 10th century, duration of use unknown. Cheers for that.
Das sind 2 Pferde, die hier hängen. Das eine
Them horns are bloody 39 quid. Holy Molesbergs. Look at this one. What do you want? Yeah, can I just have 9 gallons of bloody Lucozade, please, mate? That's what blows my mind, right? The reason they know about this place and the importance, like the trade importance of this place, like I said, they used to make clothes. All the trades personnel back in the day used to come here. What could they make? They obviously couldn't make PSPs, could they? So they're making glass, they're making horns, they're making cutlery, they're making arrows, actually, well, not randomly. That's their thing, that's what they used to do, isn't it? That's the type of stuff, if you're a Viking, you want to buy. What I don't get is the route. They know the route they used to take, right? Purely because of all the stuff that's been found. And it's never just, oh, they found a bloody Viking paperclip, is it? It's always 9 quazillion pots or mugs or, you know, it rhymes with phones and stops your arm doing that. It's always that, innit? They're just really bad litterers, aren't they? They just go around dumping all their stuff. And to say they've got nothing as well, back in the day, like, why are you ditching your stuff? That's not good practice. What do you think of that? These floors aren't too, it's not straight. I need to get back for the dog anyway. That was good. 12 euros that was to get in here. But it's true, isn't it? They all just ditch all their stuff. Why? When I was last in Norway, I met this guy. It was at like a bar. He was in a place called Poor Sangamon. I think that's how you say it. Poor Sangamon. It's where we were training all the Americans. Like when this was, Jesus, it's probably about the best part of 10 years ago now. Oh my God, am I getting old? Am I getting old? Yeah, so he was up there, and there's one bar. I mean, it's literally like this, but a more modern version. And he started saying, yes, I am a Viking. I'm a Viking. That's nothing to be proud of, is it? I actually know someone who still says stuff like that. Nothing to be proud of, that's ridiculous. I'm a Viking. Bore off. This is cool. It said this was found, right? Don't quote me on the year, but it was in and around 1900. This was found. And it took them 100, I think this is what they said, it took them 100 years to confirm it. Well, it took you 100 years to confirm that's a Viking village, did it? Because if I was going to draw a Viking village without ever seeing one, that's how I would do it. Took you, and bearing in mind, that's just when they became aware of it. Not like it was here the whole time. So for 1,500 years, no one put 2 and 2 together. I love life. It's so funny watching everyone bloody pretend to know what they're doing. Literally 100 years to confirm it. Like, I could have told you that today. You dropped that on my desk. Kieran, is this a Viking village? Yep, end of chat. Also, while I've got you, can I have Friday off? No, you can't, Sharon. Get back to work. Stop asking me questions. Stop putting questions on my desk. I'm tired from working out whether or not that was a Viking village or not. No, you're not having a long weekend. Get to work. God, I love the way my brain works. So I'm just on the way to get the dog now. I'll take him for a little stroll. I've been the best part of an hour. That video was 16 minutes, but I walked out, you know, about 12 minutes into it, something like that. Because I'm a rebel. She said you can't leave, so I did. But I regret that a little bit, because that's when the best part happened. That's what they said. Everyone came out going, wow! And I was like, well, I'm not sitting through it again. So yeah, just gonna go get the dog now, take him on a stroll before we head north. Oh, next stop, unless something crops up with the dog in the meantime, Denmark. This tree cropped up. This is a bloody A road. We've just been doing 120 kilometres an hour. There's a tram crossing. Or train. I think it's here. What's the name of that little girl on Stranger Things? The one with the skinhead. Hence why I think she's cool. Well, the name of that little girl is the same amount of countries Bruce has been to. Why? Because we're in Denmark. Oh, let's go and have a bloody look then. First impressions. Can't think. It's too hot. But we will cool down in a minute and reclaim our bearings. First impressions is this is a charmer. Look at this. I thought that was a church at the start when I first seen it even. It's not, it's someone's random corner house. Cool. Ribe or Ribe is the name of this city I'm in. R-I-B-E. That's all I know about Denmark, to be honest. I don't really know much else, apart from they can't bloody park to save their lives. And they're selfish parkers as well. And I will say that, because it's every single one. Every single one I notice who's a selfish parker has got a D on their license, on their reg. That's no exaggeration either. So going off that, that's all I know about Denmark. I've never been here unless I accidentally came down when I was in the Marines, when we went skiing that time, because you do a lot of Norway trips, hence why I've been there before. I've never been on holiday or vacation to Norway, but I've been there about 98 times. I think I've been there 4 times actually, so a few off, but you get the point. It wasn't true either. The D on on the license plate is Germany. DK is here. So it's the Germans who can't park, the Germans who are the selfish parkers. And like I said, you can quote me on that as well. There's nothing racist about that. That is true. If there's an RV on the PISS, there's a D on the license plate or the reg. Look at that. This is going to be a good little stopover, isn't it? Have a little stroll around here for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then make our way to the end point for the day, basically. Well, where I'm parking for the evening, that's what I mean. Brick again. That must have taken bloody years. I only appreciate brickwork, right, because one time I had to build a little wall, and I lay like 4 bricks down, and I was like, I've been trained to do it, so I do know how to do it, but I was like, nah. And then I got someone round. So I really do appreciate that. How on earth, followed by the old pad, what's that, what they call it now, the vicary thing, rectory or rotary or something like that. They always land on the feet though, don't they, with a house. And I'll tell you another story while I just remember. There's this vicar in the rectory, because all the houses are called the same, all the vicar houses are called the same. In England, I don't know about anywhere else. They're all called the rectory, I believe. And I was about, I don't know, 13, 14 or something, and there was this like patch of grass just outside the shops where I used to live. And the vicar lived over the road, like opposite the shops. Like I said, they always land on their feet, but the houses, don't they? Like the prime spot. And a house as well, like I'm talking, right now that's going to be touching, I don't know, probably 600, 550, 600, and that's not a lie either. It's huge. It's like that. It's like what you just seen there. And he must have got locked out one time. Me and my mate, we like young teenagers kind of thing. It was just the most bizarre thing you could have ever seen, a vicar climbing the fence. I was like, was he robbing that house? It was just bizarre. I believe it's called rectory, but again, don't quote me on that. My life. Even though this is one of the best bloody beautiful villages I've ever seen, and that's the truth, right? That square they've got round here is unbelievable. I always venture out into like the quieter side of streets and stuff like that, not just because it's a bit too busy for me, but just because I want to see what's going on, see what's actually going on around an area. And as you can see, it's just much the same. It's a lot nicer like than everywhere else you can think of, but it is also not much the same, but I'll say the same as everywhere else. This place is bloody stunning. Like, I say like too much, it's winding me up. I dread to think what it's doing to you. You love that, don't you? Denmark, look at Denmark doors. Look at that. It's like a bloody, what's it called? Something Macedonia. The people who always give us like 1 point on bloody Eurovision. United Kingdom. Nil point. That looks like their little flag. This is charming. Like really charming. Cobbledy roads, beautiful houses in alleyways. Brucey wanting to go down there for some reason, even though he's never been down there in his life. He doesn't know it yet, but he's not going to go down there either. This is You know what? Really, I'm preferring this to Germany already, and it's not because of the parking, and it's not all of them either, but it is every single one who's parked Dodge is German, that's true, but it's also not all of them. But so far, this looks spectacular. Sorry, a doorbell just drove past. What another lovely door. And another one. I've got an enemy in my real life, right? It's a girl, and I cannot stand, and I mean with an underline, I cannot stand. But I have to say this, even though I can't stand her, she had a custom made door, right? And I'm not joking, that ticked every single one of my boxes, almost. Like this bloody thing here. Oh, I bet you can't see the flame, can you? I don't know. What? What's going on here, boy? Look how nervous he is. I'm not going to throw you in, boy. Look at this bloody place. Charming. And to think I was just bloody checking out the local Lidl in the back street. Look what I was missing out on. But again, saying that, this was also just a random turn. Beautiful. They're all out as well. Honestly, Denmark has got it. I don't know what it is, but it has. You won't stand still for a photo bloody again. Alright, boy, let's not have any memories when we get older. Imagine how sad that's going to be looking back at all the videos. Not talking about that today though. Sorry about that. Look at the cobbledyness. Come on, bud, let's go this way. Get away from blooming fart arse over there. He's dropping his bat everywhere he goes. Don't pretend you wouldn't if you could. I'd love to be able to do that on cue. For the kids mostly. We're like, come here a sec, I want to tell you something. Yeah? Have some of that. I don't mean to record every single building, but obviously this isn't doing this justice, is it? Plus I want more videos of the dog for me later. I've told you that, we've just literally briefly touched on that. I don't mean to be recording every building, but they really are, and I know the camera's not going to be doing it justice. They really are that nice. They're all like, are they actually thatched? No. Oh no, they need to get thatched on there. That will just turn that from a bloody 99 out of 100 to 101 out of 100. A real thatched roof, imagine that in there. It would help if you could probably bloody see it, like, it'd be stunning, wouldn't it? Admin though. Admin, my uncle's got a thatched roof, and I think, and this was years ago, he got it done up or redone, and I think he said it cost him 20 G's. Honestly, this absolute melt does not like having photos done. Look at that. Just these house colours around here sort of remind me of the Isle of Skye. I didn't like the Isle of Skye just because of the commercial aspect of it. It's no longer a place to visit. It's a money grabbing scheme. Plus, I genuinely believe Glencoe is better. It looks better, it's easier to park, things around there are cheaper. I mean, you should have seen, there's about 900 fish and chip shops at in the Isle of Skye. And I won't harp on about this too much. The prices of the stuff around there. I think we just had like a sandwich. I don't want to get into a row. Was it called a bap or a roll or a cob or whatever? A chip sandwich, right? I think it was about £9. And this place isn't as expensive as that place. And to me, that does not make sense whatsoever. And guess what? I can't remember where my bloody van is, can I? But there's worse views to be bloody stranded in. Look at him finding every excuse to stop. He's just smelt something and just slammed his brakes on him and he started doing this. He basically, we're right near the van. He has left himself a message to be aware when you're here. Like, definitely left himself a message because he wouldn't know. The vans here. I wonder if dogs, because that's why they smell the same, like, you know, they love a, don't they? I wonder if there's a language barrier like there is for us, or is it universal? Because he is smelling every post like. All these vans, like 100 grand, 110 grand, 95 grand. I walked past this building yesterday. Look at the size of that. That is a bike repair shop. The whole bloody thing. I told you they cycle out of here. The whole of Europe, I reckon. So where have I not seen it? No, it's not, to be honest. It's like just your Netherlands, your Germany and Denmark so far. Northern, Central, Eastern, Western Europe, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed episode 4. I certainly enjoyed making it. Anyway, for now, take care and bye bye then.